All right, people, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music today and doing it in real time for a few real people out here just like you and just like me. Today, I've got a couple of special guests all the way from Norway. It's always cool to do an interview via Zoom and talking to people in different parts of the world. We've got Glenn and Terry, who are from this band here. The band is called Outlasted, and this is a brand new album called Universal Human Desire. Very interesting title. And there's what the CD looks like for you folks that still like CDs. And yes, maybe we'll tell you how you can order one of these at the end of the show here. We've got Glenn and Terry. Terry, say hello, and then we'll say hello to Glenn.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Terry plays guitar for Outlasted, and Glenn is the lead singer. Glenn, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right,
It's
good.
it's good, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you guys. And tell us about this band. When did you start the band Outlasted? You guys have been around for a little while. And how would you characterize your sound? Like, what category would you put it in?
Yeah, we can start with the sound. It's a bit hard to categorize ourselves. We started out calling ourselves melodic rock, and then people told us we played AOR, album-oriented rock.
Right.
So we kind of just stuck with that. Yeah, album-oriented rock.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we've got different terms for different things. Glenn,
Yeah.
how long has this band been around? You guys didn't start like this year. You've been putting out albums for a little while.
It's been quite a while. I think Terry should maybe take the small beginnings, but as it is now, it's probably been 10 years, just
Wow.
about.
And so,
Uh,
are you guys like do you have like a following over in Norway? Like when you put out things, people are following you. You do concerts and people are excited about it, or are you just like a studio band? How do you do that?
We started out as a studio band because making music and writing songs was our or is our passion. I met the keyboard player Odd Børge back in 1995. We became friends. We both liked the same kind of music, like Toto, Foreigner, stuff like that. Fast forward to 2010, we started the Outlasted band. And then we recruited Glenn on vocals, and we started writing songs together with Glenn as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, to call, say you guys have a Toto thing, maybe a little for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit. But I hear a lot of other different influences. And I know a lot of people like to compare certain things to Toto. I think Toto is
yeah,
a universal, maybe a little bit of foreigner, like you said.
yeah,
But you guys have a very, I would say, pop oriented rock sound. Like you guys
yeah.
write really good songs, good melodies, good hooks, nice, concise guitar parts. I think people are going to really enjoy listening to this album. They're going to hear things that they don't typically hear from new bands, which I think is um, it's great. I mean, for a guy like me, I just think to myself, there isn't a lot of this out there anymore, but you guys are kind of carrying the legacy forward.
Yeah, we're kind of part of a new Scandinavian wave that started in the early 2000s, I think. You have bands like Heat and Eclipse from Sweden.
Hmm.
You have a few bands from Norway as well. And I think this kind of music has a great footing or standing in Scandinavia.
Yeah, I mean, you have a kind of a style there. It's almost what do they call it? It's like neo, whatever. If you put that word in front of it. It's like neo-traditional or neo-melodic or something to that effect. But I liken it to, I mean, there's certainly some 80s elements that I kind of sense with the production, but it's more universal, I would say. It would
Yeah,
travel backward, but it would also travel forward. So
yeah,
there's what I like about it is it's current, but yet it really pays tribute to the bands that came before you.
yeah. Obviously, we have some different influences musically in the band, and we always want a great chorus. That's the most important thing for us. So when we make songs, it always starts with the chorus. And when we have the chorus, we can put all the other pieces together. And ironically, the last thing to be composed is the intro. That's the first thing you hear in the song, but it's the last thing that we compose for the song.
That's very interesting. That's a
Yeah,
different, almost like a different way of like you're writing the biggest hook first, and then you're bringing in
the
the other
other
parts.
yeah
Yeah,
parts. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the intros are great to these songs. As a former DJ, the DJs in my time period used to have to talk over the beginning of songs and introduce the
Mm.
song and so forth. So these are those kind of songs, which that's why I think I tend to like the way you guys write songs. I really like this song, which I believe came out as a single called "We Are One."
Yeah.
Um, Very uplifting message too, very positive. Like it, you could use it as a slogan for whatever because it's just a good universal message. Who came up with that idea?
I think the original idea, the hook, the chorus again, was my idea. And then Glenn wrote basically most of the lyrics. So maybe Glenn can talk about the lyrics on the song.
Go ahead, Glenn. You're the lyrical genius here.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on "We Are One." Just a beautiful song.
Thank you so much. I think basically it's just there's so much bad stuff going on all over the place, so I just wanted something that was completely positive and just yeah, uplifting and uniting and yeah. So that was the idea.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
life in how is life in Norway? Is it stressed out like it is here in the United States? Are people a little bit on edge or I don't know from culture to culture, but I know from what I've talked to a lot of Swedish musicians and they seem very very cool and not just like the weather, but they just seem very, you know what I mean? They seem to just roll with it. They're very um, not upset or as uptight as Americans seem to be these days. Is it like that in Norway too?
I think we're doing all right, but yeah, you need to think about what's going on elsewhere. So
Right.
yeah.
that's yeah. So
Yeah.
that's mostly where that thought came from, for other places than just here. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's not really an overtly political song or anything like that. It's
No,
just
no, no. It's
it's
just
No.
just
general good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
right, which is good, which is a
About
good thing to
yeah.
do these days. Don't get into that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Terry, what's your
Yeah.
favorite song on this record? Is it "We Are One" or do you have a favorite?
Yeah, it kind of shifts from week to week, but I think maybe we are one and think of you.
Think of You.
I'm yeah, I'm fan of the more soft melodic stuff, but also Save Your Love. It's a great
Save Your
song.
Love is
Yeah,
very good. Yeah, I
yeah,
think that might have been the first song I heard even before "We Are One," and I was like, "Who are these guys?" I mean, just
yeah.
it's what it is like you recognize right away. It's I mean maybe not, but when I listen, because I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to country, I listen to pop, I listen to harder stuff a little bit.
Mm,
Um, And when I heard that, when you hear it start, you just kind of know.
Yeah.
You know the production value. I mean, who does production for this band? Is this a group effort? Do you have an outside person coming in to help you produce, or how did that work out?
In the beginning, I did much of the production work. I'm an audio engineer as well. I've gone to audio school and been teaching audio and stuff like that, so I'm pretty confident in what I'm doing. And on the new album, Odd Børge has joined in, the keyboard player, and he has done a lot of the production and stuff like that too. So
Very
it's
good.
basically me and the keyboard player who records, and I've done the mixing, and yeah, we keep it because it's so expensive to hire people to do everything.
Yeah.
So in today's, climate, you have to do it yourself, or it's yeah, impossible to do it.
Yeah, you're not getting a big advance from the record label. I'm
No,
assuming that
it's
they're
just it's a labor of love, actually. So there's a we used to call it's an expensive hobby
yeah,
for now. Yeah,
yeah.
to be honest, there's
Now,
not many bands in our category that make any money. Yeah,
no,
to be
no.
honest.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
so
also something that
that's
I don't really talk about enough is that
yeah,
to make new music, and you're making a kind of music. This isn't like Taylor Swift music. You know, this is adult oriented rock or melodic rock, and it's
yeah,
a little retro for a lot of people. So
yeah,
you've got to really love what you're doing, and
yeah.
obviously you guys uh, put this record out there. How long did it take you to make these songs?
This one took quite some time. I think the writing process was about three to 4 years.
Wow,
That's why there's been 6 years from the previous album.
wow,
So we
that's
take a lot of time writing the songs because that's our main focus, to have great songs. If it's not a great song, we're not gonna record it or work on it.
yeah. So this is kind of like your Def Leppard hysteria after waiting all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, without the expenses.
Waiting after Pyromania. We're waiting. When's that new album coming out? So,
Yeah.
what did the record label say? Were they pleased with the results on this?
Yeah, they're very happy with the results, and also because of the reviews have been so great. Yeah,
Well,
the
I'm gonna
feedback
do
has been
my
well.
part here in the States anyway to make people aware of this great band. Now, are you guys out there performing at all, or is that something you don't do, or maybe you're planning on doing?
Yeah, we're gonna have a release concert May 23rd in our hometown, Tromsø. And we're gonna do a split gig with two other bands. So that's the only show planned so far. Because also playing live is a bit difficult. You're like 2,000 US dollars in the reds before you enter the stage.
Wow,
So yeah,
wow. All right. Well,
it's kind of like in the 80s. It's pay to play.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry, but I'm sorry,
yeah,
guys. I mean, it's this is what we're up against. I mean, everybody's
yeah,
in the same boat, so to speak. And when you hear something this good, you want to tell other people. But again, everyone needs to kind of earn a living. I'm
yeah.
assuming you guys have other jobs that you're not just musicians. That you said this is kind of like a hobby.
Yeah, most of us have day jobs, but Glenn and our bassist Lasse, they are musicians
Right.
and making a living. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn, I guess you have another job as you're playing probably some other kinds of music out there. Is that what's going on?
But yeah, I've been doing it for maybe 20 years now, sort of freelance stuff. So some troubadour gigs, other cover bands. So everything from pubs to weddings, funerals, yeah, the whole
What kind
thing.
of What kind of songs, what kind of stuff do you cover? Just
Just about
everything?
everything from 50s to yeah,
Wow.
new hits. So
And they're not going to probably ask you to do an Outlasted song, most likely, right?
it happens, but yeah, it's not very often.
Yeah. Well, after this video, everything's going to change. Everyone's going to be
All right.
Yeah.
calling you for gigs, and we'll bring you over to the States, and you won't have to pay. Sure.
Yeah.
That would be
Um,
awesome.
wouldn't that be cool? You know, it'd be
Yeah.
really
Oh yeah.
cool. It would be cool, right? You have these
Yeah.
bands that go out on tour, like Foreigners out there on their second, third farewell tour, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It, wouldn't it be cool if it's like Outlasted is opening up for one of these bands
Oof.
that's like,
Yeah.
kind of on their way out? I mean, I've always said that wouldn't it be good if we had a new generation of this kind of music? I mean, Toto is out there all the time. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys could open up for Toto. Um, and I think the audience would really love it. And we could bring the CDs. I could run the merch table.
Yeah.
Could have
Oh yeah.
Outlasted
That would be
T-shirts
great.
and
Yeah.
see who is this guy.
Yeah.
I'd be selling your CDs.
Yeah.
Um,
That would
but
be
no,
great. Yeah.
we would. I know you guys are in Norway, and this is just a pipe dream of
Yeah.
mine. But
Yeah.
it kind of is the only way I think that we're gonna bridge the generations, because this music, the original stuff, is 40, 50 years old in some cases, and
Yeah.
you guys come out with new stuff, almost like, hey, there's still bands out there performing and loving this kind of music. So, Terry, you were talking about influences. We talked about Toto and Foreigner. Anybody else that the audience would know that would be an
Yeah,
influence?
sure. I started out listening to the 70s kind of rock. So Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, that stuff. And then came, of course, the three major ones in the 80s with AC/DC, Kiss, Maiden,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Wow.
And then it was like Toto, Foreigner, and Journey, and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's basically my musical upbringing.
What about you, Glenn?
Yeah.
Anything weird that you listen to that you want to share?
Well, I listen to just about everything. So yeah, in addition to all of the melodic rock stuff and the yeah 70s rock, I also a lot of country,
Yeah.
like the old school stuff, Buck Owens, Merle Haggard, and all that, and then more modern stuff like Vince Gill for the harmonies, and yeah, so I probably brought a bit of that into
You
it
know
as
what?
well.
I hear that on a couple of songs. I hear some of the intros and some of the once the song gets moving, I go, this could be like a 90s country song if you add like a pedal
Yeah,
steel or a banjo or something to it. But good music is like that though, because
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
kind of, it's more
yeah.
universal, to throw the word in there again. I wonder
I love
why.
the pop country stuff as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. One of my favorite bands is this band called Poco, which
Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
essentially helped. I think, well, they gave guys over to the Eagles when the Eagles
The
lost
Eagles
guys.
stole both their bass players from
Yeah,
Poco, I think. Yeah.
right, right, and
Randy
then
Meisner first, and then Anthony later.
right, exactly. So you know the whole story. It's us older guys know all about this. So
Yeah.
But all right, so we'll wrap things up, guys. I just wanted to thank you for, first of all, sending the CD over. This is very cool. A lot of times I ask bands and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know, we can't really afford it." And you guys just, I'm sure this costs you a lot to send over. I will continue to what I do in other videos on intros of some of the videos. I will make sure that I share this and just talk it up prior to the whatever the topic's going to be. So even if it's a topic that has nothing to do with your band,
Yeah.
people will be forced to see the
Yeah.
album.
That's
Um,
awesome. Thank you so much.
yeah, and I know the reviews are coming in on this, and they're all like 9 out of 10, 9.5.
Yeah.
You listen, I'm telling people,
It's
if you listen to this, you're going to be stunned. You're going to be like, no way, these songs can't be this good. And you go back and listen to them again, and you're like, all right, yeah, Outlasted, sure. Because a lot of people are not going to have this on their radar. And this could be one of the best things that comes out this year in the melodic rock category, AOR, adult contemporary, however you want to categorize
Thanks.
it.
You're too kind.
Well,
Um,
I
I
don't know
have
about
to
that.
mention that it's on every streaming platform as well, so you can check it out on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, Deezer, your preferred
Yeah. Now,
digital platform.
I
Yeah,
actually have an address too for the old timers who might want to buy a copy of this, and
yeah,
I will put the link in the description. Actually, I got the link off of the We Are One video that you guys premiered a few days ago,
yeah,
and
great.
I'll
Right,
put that
perfect.
in there because I'm old school. As you can see behind me, I have a
Yeah,
lot of albums and CDs, and
I love the Runaway in the background. It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Well, Bill was supposed to be on the other day, and I had that album, and I talked to two guys that are in. I talked to Keith Howland, who's a former guitarist for Chicago, and another gentleman who they're both in this new band, and I had the album ready for Bill. I was gonna be like,
Right.
Hey Bill,
yeah.
look what I have here, and Bill was on the West Coast, and he couldn't get up that early. So I missed Bill. But yeah, that's a just a brilliant David Foster, brilliant, just brilliant stuff.
It's
Uh,
fantastic.
yeah. So you see, you guys have great taste. That's what makes you a great band. That's the bottom line here, folks.
Thanks. Yeah.
Any last words for the American audience here, all the way from Norway? I mean, this is great just to have you guys on.
Um, Thanks for having us. Please check out the album. Hope you like it. Yeah, enjoy life.
Glenn, any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I just hope people enjoy it and feel free to contact us for whatever. We're available. So we'll if someone just wants to talk or ask us questions, just feel free.
All right. Very good. Again, the band is called Outlasted. I'm just going to showcase this one more time for folks. And you can order this online. I am going to put a link in the description and check out their brand new video. It's called We Are One. The song is called We Are One. If you use Google, it should help you, especially if you're on YouTube. Just a great song, a great band, and could be one of the best things coming from the melodic rock world this year. Thanks for being on, guys.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us. Nice talking to you.